My beloved child, come close to me now. I want you to listen not with your ears alone, but with your heart, the heart that I created, the heart I have carried through every storm, every valley, every sleepless night, every silent tear. I speak to you now because you have reached a moment in your journey where you no longer realize how much you've grown, how deeply you've endured, how quietly you have survived battles that would have broken others. You don't see the strength that radiates from you. You don't see the way heaven watches as you keep walking even when your feet shake. You don't see the way your courage lights up the darkness around you. But I see it. I see all of it. And that is why I have brought you here today. I want you to hear my voice clearly. You have done the impossible. You may not believe it yet. You may look at your life and only see the scars, the memories, the disappointments, the delays, the things you think you should have done better. But I see victory where you see weakness. I see endurance where you see failure. I see miracles where you see ordinary days. I see a warrior where you see someone just trying to get through another morning. You have no idea how many times you kept going when the enemy thought you'd give up. You have no idea how many times your quiet prayers shook the gates of darkness. You have no idea how many blessings were released because you stayed faithful even when your heart felt tired. My child, listen to me. You have accomplished what others thought could not be done. You survived what others assumed would destroy you. You kept your heart open when life tried to harden it. And that is the impossible. Let me draw you into my presence as I continue to speak to you. Let your mind slow down. Let your breathing soften. Let the weight you've been carrying for so long begin to loosen its grip. You have carried too much on your own for too long, and today I want you to rest in my words. I want you to feel my love wrap around you like warm light, gentle and steady, comforting and sure. You are not listening to a distant God. You are listening to the one who holds every part of your life in his hands. I know the thoughts you never share. I know the memories that still hurt. I know the dreams you stopped believing in because life made them feel unreachable. And yet here you are, still seeking me, still opening your heart, still longing for my voice. That alone is a miracle. There are things you've been through recently. Storms, pressures, unexpected turns. That made you think you were weak. But do you realize that even in those moments, you were rising in ways you couldn't see? Your spirit was stretching, your faith was strengthening, your endurance was deepening. You were being shaped, not defeated. You were being lifted, not abandoned. You were being prepared for things beyond your imagination. You think you barely made it through, but heaven says otherwise. You crossed through fire with your faith intact. You walked through shadows and still kept your eyes lifted. You stayed kind when you could have grown bitter. You stayed patient when everything in you wanted to give up. My child, that is strength. That is greatness. That is the impossible, achieved through quiet obedience and unwavering trust. And so, as we move deeper, let me take you into the quiet corners of your heart, places where you carry questions that have never been answered, wounds that have never fully healed, and hopes you've been afraid to speak aloud. I know that as you get older, life feels different. Your memories feel heavier, your steps a little slower, your emotions a little closer to the surface. You look back more often. You wonder about the meaning of it all. You ask me silently, Lord, did I do enough? Did my life matter? Did I disappoint you? Did I miss something important? My beloved child, hear me clearly. You have not disappointed me. You have grown in ways you don't recognize. Your life has touched more hearts than you will ever know, and you have never been behind, not once, not ever. Life has not been easy for you. There were years when you felt invisible. There were seasons when you were giving everything and receiving so little in return. There were people who misunderstood you, took advantage of you, or walked away without seeing the love you offered. There were prayers you whispered through tears, prayers you thought I ignored, but I never ignored your voice. Not a single word you spoke in faith has been wasted. Not a single tear has fallen unnoticed. Not a single moment of pain has been meaningless. Every hardship was shaping you. Every struggle was building something eternal within you. You don't realize it yet, but your soul is stronger, wiser, gentler, purer, and more beautiful because of the things you thought would break you. Let me reflect with you, slowly, tenderly. Think back to the times when you almost gave up, those days when life felt too heavy, when the world felt too loud, when your heart felt too overwhelmed. You were so close to letting go. You were so close to closing your heart, to shutting down emotionally, to withdrawing from people and from hope. But somehow, with strength you don't even understand, you held on. You don't give yourself credit for that, but heaven does. You held on through loneliness. You held on through disappointment. You held on through betrayal. You held on through fear. You held on through unanswered prayers. You held on even when the enemy whispered lies into your mind. You held on when your body felt tired, your spirit felt drained, and your soul felt weary. And I say this to you now with love deeper than oceans. That is why I am proud of you. Yes, proud. Not disappointed, not distant, proud. Because you stayed faithful even when faith didn't feel easy. Because you continued to seek me even when life felt confusing. Because you kept believing even when you couldn't see a single sign of breakthrough. That is excellence in my eyes. That is strength in heaven's language. That is the beauty of a heart that belongs to me. Now, let me lead you into real, deep encouragement that lifts you from the inside. My child, you are not alone, and you have never been alone. Even now, angels surround you. Even now, my hand is upon your life. Even now, blessings are unfolding behind the scenes in ways you cannot see. I know you worry about your future. I know you worry about the people you love. I know you worry about your health, your strength, your steps ahead. But hear me, you are entering a season of peace, a season of restoration, a season where things will begin to make sense, a season where burdens will lighten, prayers will be answered, and new hope will rise in you like morning sunlight after a long night. You have lived many years, and your journey has not been simple, but do not think your best days are behind you. Do not think your usefulness has passed. Do not think your purpose has expired. You are still here because there is more in you. There is still work for your hands, still love for others, still wisdom to pour into those around you, still blessings waiting to reach you. I am not finished with you, not even close, and yes, I must speak gently but truthfully now. There are things I want you to be mindful of, because your soul matters too much for me to remain silent. You cannot keep carrying old guilt. You cannot keep rehearsing old memories. You cannot keep punishing yourself for decisions you made decades ago. You cannot keep believing you are unworthy, unloved, forgotten, or overlooked. That is not who you are. That is not who I made you to be, and that is not how I see you. If you could see your life from heaven's view, you would understand that every chapter has purpose, every season has meaning, and every moment is woven into a perfect design. So hear my warning with love. Stop feeding your heart with fear. Stop letting regret steal your peace. Stop allowing the enemy to rewrite your memories. Stop thinking you have failed me. I am your Father. I am your Creator. I am your healer. I am your Redeemer. I am your God. And I am telling you, your life has been a success in ways you do not yet understand. Let me guide you from this moment forward. I want you to rest more deeply. I want you to release the burdens that were never yours to carry. I want you to forgive yourself, truly forgive yourself. I want you to breathe again. I want you to feel joy again. I want you to trust me again, not with trembling hope, but with steady confidence. You are safe in my hands. You have always been safe in my hands. And now, as we reach the closing of this message, let my final words settle in you like warm light filling a quiet room. You have done the impossible. You have survived the unthinkable. You have overcome battles the world never saw. You have grown in ways you still don't recognize. You have walked through darkness and kept your heart open. You are stronger than you know, braver than you feel, and more precious than you realize. I am proud of you. I am with you. I have not forgotten you. I am guiding your steps. I am opening new doors. I am bringing new peace. And I am carrying you into a season where you will finally understand why you had to endure what you did. Trust me, my child, your story is not ending. It is unfolding, and when you are ready, come back again tomorrow. I have more to tell you, more to give you, more to reveal to you. My voice will be waiting. My love will still be here. My presence will still be with you. For now, rest in this truth. You have done the impossible, and I, your God, am proud of you. As you sit with the words I have already spoken into your heart, I want to take you deeper. I want you to understand not only what you have endured, but what those experiences have created within you. Because so much of your life has unfolded quietly, silently, in the hidden places where only I could see. You often look at your journey and judge it by what others notice, but I look at what was formed within you in the moments when no one else was watching, and that is where some of the greatest miracles took place. I want you to reflect with me, slowly and gently, because reflection is sacred. It opens the heart, it allows truth to settle, it brings clarity to what once felt confusing. And so I ask you to look back, without fear, without regret, without judgment. Simply look back with me, knowing that my hand was upon you in every chapter. You have lived through seasons that tested not just your strength, but your spirit. There were days when you felt like you had nothing left to give, days when you questioned your purpose, days when you wondered if anyone truly understood the depth of your heart. You tried to explain yourself to people who could not see your inner world. You tried to love people who were too broken to love you in return. You carried burdens that did not belong to you because your heart is soft and compassionate, and you always chose care over self-protection. You didn't know it then, but every one of those moments was shaping you into the person you are now. Not weaker, not bitter, not hardened, but wiser, more discerning, more compassionate, more connected to me. When you look back, you often see the pain, but when I look back, I see the transformation. You see the storm. I see the strength that grew because of it. You see the loss. I see the spiritual clarity it produced. You see the mistakes. I see the lessons that are now written into your soul. You see the times you felt alone. I see the times I carried you so carefully that you didn't even realize your feet were no longer touching the ground. My child, deep within you is a resilience that even you don't fully understand. It is the resilience of someone who has walked through seasons that were heavy, seasons that were confusing, seasons that felt like wandering through fog, and yet somehow you always found your way back to me. You may not have realized it, but every time you whispered even a tiny prayer, even a quiet "Lord, help me," heaven heard it. Every sigh you breathed during hard nights counted as prayer in my presence. Every time you held back anger, every time you chose kindness, every time you forgave someone who never apologized, those moments were recorded in heaven as victories. Let us reflect also on the gentleness of your heart. There were times you wished you were less sensitive, less emotional, less affected by the pain around you. But I want you to know the truth. Your sensitivity is not a weakness. It is a gift I placed within you on purpose. It allows you to feel deeply, to love deeply, to see others with compassion, to sense my presence in ways others overlook. Your tears have watered seeds of wisdom. Your empathy has softened hearts. Your kindness has lifted spirits that were close to giving up. You have done good in this world in ways you do not even realize. But reflection also reveals the heavy things you still carry, the disappointments you never voiced, the grief that lingers in quiet corners of your heart, the moments you wish you could rewrite. So many times you have asked yourself, why did it have to happen that way? Why did I lose that person? Why did life unfold differently than I hoped? These questions have sat inside you for years, sometimes decades, waiting for peace. So let me give you that peace now. Nothing in your life has been wasted. Not the heartbreak, not the closed doors, not the delays, not the endings, not the failures, not the seasons when you felt stuck. Everything that happened, even what felt painful, even what felt unfair, has led you to a deeper understanding of me, of yourself, of love, of life, and of what truly matters. You may think your story is full of broken pieces, but I see a mosaic, a masterpiece formed through struggle, courage, endurance, and grace. And I want to remind you of something else. You have changed. You have grown. You have matured in ways that only time and experience could have formed within you. Do you remember how certain things used to upset you so easily? Look at how much calmer you are now. Look at how much more patient you've become. Look at how much more clearly you see truth. Look at how little interest you have now in drama, conflict, or empty pursuits. That is wisdom. That is spiritual growth. That is evidence of my work in your life. Even the struggles you faced with your own thoughts, the doubts, the fears, the worries that kept you awake, those too have shaped you. You learned to lean on me not because everything was perfect, but because you had no choice. Faith became your lifeline. Prayer became your anchor. Hope became your companion. You did not lose yourself. You found yourself. And now, as you reflect on where you've been, I want you to also reflect on where you are now. You have a calmer spirit, a clearer mind, a deeper understanding of what is truly important. You don't chase what the world chases. You don't cling to things that steal your peace. You don't waste time trying to prove yourself to people who will never see your heart. This is wisdom born from experience, and it is beautiful. You may not feel young in body anymore, but your spirit is vibrant, strong, alive. Age has not diminished you. It has refined you. The years you've lived have not taken your worth. They have multiplied it. You carry stories within you that younger hearts cannot yet understand. You carry lessons that can guide others. You carry a depth of love that has been shaped by both joy and sorrow. Your presence brings calm. Your words carry weight. Your silence carries wisdom. And I want to remind you of something that your heart sometimes forgets. I have always been with you. Even when you felt distant from me, I was not distant from you. Even when you felt lost, I knew exactly where you were. Even when you felt overlooked, I was watching over you. Even when people let you down, I was standing beside you. Even when your heart was breaking, I was holding you. You have never lived a single moment without me. So, as we reflect together, let me whisper this truth into your soul. Your life has meaning, deep, eternal meaning. You have touched heaven with your faith. You have touched others with your kindness. You have touched my heart with your perseverance, and I am not finished with you. You still have more growing to do, more loving to do, more giving to do, more receiving to do. The story I am writing in your life is not over, not even close. My child, breathe, rest, reflect. Let the truth sink in. You have not lived in vain. You have not cried in vain. You have not believed in vain. And you have not walked alone. This is your reflection, wrapped in my love, spoken directly into your heart. As you rest in the reflections we have walked through together, I want to lift your spirit even higher. You have carried enough heaviness in your life. You have spent more than enough time worrying, doubting, and wondering if brighter days will ever come. So let me speak directly into those parts of you that feel tired or uncertain. Let me breathe encouragement into your soul. Not temporary encouragement that fades, but deep, lasting encouragement that roots itself inside you and gives you strength for the days ahead. You have walked through many seasons, some joyful, some painful, some confusing, and some that left you wondering if things would ever change. But hear me clearly, things are already changing. Even if you do not see it, even if nothing around you looks different yet, something inside you has shifted. Your spirit is awakening. Your faith is growing. your trust in me is maturing, and that inner growth is the beginning of every blessing I am preparing for your life. You have not been forgotten, you have not been overlooked, you have not been left behind. Heaven is not silent toward you. My plans for you have not expired. My promises over you have not faded. My love for you has not weakened. You are still in my hands, still on my path, still under my protection, still within my plan. And I want you to feel that truth deeply, because it is the foundation of everything I am about to do in your life. You worry sometimes that you are too old for new blessings, too tired for new beginnings, too worn for new joys. But I want you to know something that only heaven can reveal. Your age does not limit me. Your strength may change, your energy may shift, your routine may be different, but none of that affects my ability to bless you, lift you, renew you, or surprise you. I am the God who restores what was lost, who revives what has grown weary, who renews what has faded, who rebuilds what was broken. I am the God who makes all things new, not just when you are young, but at every stage of your life. You have looked at your future with worry, but I want you to begin looking at it with expectation. You are entering a season of clarity, a season of peace, a season where things that once discouraged you will no longer have power over you, a season where relationships that were strained will find healing, a season where prayers you prayed long ago begin to show their answers, a season where you will wake up with more hope than fear, more joy than sadness, more gratitude than regret. Yes, my child, that season is coming. You have asked me many times, Lord, will things ever get better? And today I answer you with love, yes, much better. Not because life will suddenly become perfect, but because you are being strengthened, renewed, and guided in ways that will help you walk through the world with peace you have never experienced before. You have spent years caring for others, putting others first, giving more than you had, loving deeply even when you were hurting, and I have seen every act of love. I have seen your sacrifices. I have seen the nights you stayed silent even when your heart was heavy, simply to keep peace. I have seen the times you wanted to give up, yet you kept going anyway because someone needed you. These quiet acts of love have built a spiritual foundation in your life, and now the seeds you planted will begin to grow in ways you never expected. I want to encourage you in your heart, in your mind, and in your spirit. So listen closely. You are stronger than you think. You survived things that would have destroyed others. You kept your heart tender in a world that often forgot to be kind. You held on to faith when everything around you seemed uncertain. This strength is not accidental. It is the strength I placed within you. You are more loved than you know. You often feel alone, but heaven surrounds you. Angels walk with you in moments you don't even notice. My presence follows you into every room, every conversation, every moment of your day. You are never walking by yourself, not for 1 second. You are guided even when you do not feel my guidance. When you wake in the morning, I am with you. When you take even a single step, I am beside you. When you face a decision and feel uncertain, my hand steadies you. When you rest at night, my peace settles over you like a blanket. You are not wandering, you are being led. And now, I want to speak directly to the fears that still trouble your heart. You fear the unknown, but I know every detail of tomorrow. You fear your health, but I hold your body in my hands. You fear losing the people you love, but I care for them more deeply than you ever could. You fear changes, but I am the God who never changes. You fear the end of your journey on earth, but I have prepared a place of unimaginable beauty, peace, and joy for you. So take courage, my child, not because you are strong enough, but because I am strong for you. You do not need to have everything under control. That is my job. Your role is simply to trust me, to rest in me, to let me carry what you were never meant to carry alone. Let me also encourage you in something you do not hear enough. Your presence matters, even now, even at this age, even with the challenges you face. Your words hold power. Your smile brings comfort. Your stories carry wisdom. Your prayers move heaven. Your faith inspires more people than you know. There are people whose lives are better because you exist. There are hearts that feel safer because of your love. There are souls that have been lifted because of your kindness. You do not see all the ways your life touches others, but I do, and I want you to know, you are still needed in this world. You are still meant to shine. You are still a vessel of my love. You are still a carrier of peace and wisdom. And as long as breath fills your lungs, your purpose continues. You often think your contributions are small, but in my kingdom, nothing done in love is small. Everything matters, every gentle word, every act of forgiveness, every prayer whispered in faith, every moment you chose goodness when bitterness was easier. These are treasures stored in heaven. These are the things that shape eternity. And now, let my encouragement settle deep within you. Your story is not defined by what you lost. It is defined by what you overcame. Your worth is not measured by what you can do. It is measured by who you are. Your future is not limited by your past. It is shaped by my promises. Your life is not fading. It is unfolding according to my divine timing. You are walking into a chapter where joy will surprise you again, where hope will return like a sunrise, where peace will become your daily companion, where you will feel lighter, freer, calmer, more assured of my presence than ever before. So lift your head, my child. You are loved, you are chosen, you are protected, you are blessed, and I am with you today, tomorrow, and always. As your spirit begins to rise with renewed strength and hope, I must speak to you with the tenderness of a father who loves you deeply, but also with the seriousness of one who longs to keep you safe. For encouragement alone is not enough. Love must also warn. Guidance must also correct. A shepherd who cares for his sheep does not only comfort them, he also leads them away from danger. And so, in this moment, let my words settle gently upon you, for they come not to frighten you, but to protect you, to awaken you, and to draw you closer to the life of peace I desire for you. There are things in your journey that I want you to release now, because they have weighed you down for far too long. Some are thoughts, some are habits, some are people, some are wounds, some are fears. Some are patterns that feel familiar, but do not bring you life. You have carried them because you didn't want to hurt anyone, or because you were afraid of change, or because you thought you needed them. But now it is time, truly time, to let some things go. Listen to me gently, my child. Not everything you hold on to is meant to stay in your hands. Not every voice deserves to speak into your life. Not every path is meant for you. Not every memory is worth reliving. Not every fear deserves your attention. Not every situation requires your energy. And not every relationship is healthy for your spirit. There are people who drained your strength without giving you peace. There were moments when you silenced yourself to keep others comfortable. There were times when you ignored your own needs because you didn't want conflict. These habits came from your loving heart, but now they hold you back. I am calling you to something higher, a life where your peace is protected, where your spirit is guarded, where your heart is nourished, where your time is honored. So hear me clearly. You must stop giving your energy to things that steal your joy. Stop returning to conversations that hurt you. Stop pouring yourself into people who refuse to pour anything back. Stop worrying about what others think when I am the one who made you. Stop letting old wounds decide the direction of your days. Stop letting fear silence the voice of faith within you. You have spent years being careful not to offend, not to trouble, not to disturb. But I want you to finally be careful about something greater. Your own heart. Guard it, value it, nourish it, protect it, rest it, strengthen it. For out of your heart flows the peace, the clarity, the wisdom, and the love that guide your steps. My child, I must also warn you about something that often comes quietly, the slow fading of your spiritual fire. It does not happen in a single moment. It happens little by little, through distraction, through worry, through busyness, through disappointment, through routines that become empty, through prayers that become rare, through days that pass without reflection. I do not say this to shame you. I say it to awaken you. Don't let the fire within you dim. Don't let your spirit become heavy with the world. Don't let your faith become something you only remember at night. Don't let your love for me become something distant or forgotten. You are closest to me when you slow down enough to hear my voice, when you whisper my name, when you pause and breathe and let me fill the empty places inside you. I am not far away. I am always near. But you must choose to meet me in the quiet spaces, the gentle moments, the daily pauses where my presence restores you. There are also temptations that are subtle, not temptations of sin alone, but temptations of discouragement, temptations of hopelessness, temptations of self-doubt. These are the battles that happen in your mind, and they are often more powerful than any temptation of the world. When you believe the lies that tell you you're not enough, or that you're too old, or that your best days are behind you, or that your prayers no longer matter, the enemy steals your joy without you noticing. So let my words guide your spirit. Do not agree with anything that I did not say about you. I never called you forgotten. I never called you a burden. I never called you a failure. I never called you unworthy. I never called you too late or too old or too weak. Every negative whisper that brings fear or shame or guilt is not from me. When discouragement comes, speak my promises. When fear rises, remember my protection. When you feel alone, call my name. When your thoughts grow heavy, lift your eyes to me. When the past tries to pull you backward, remind yourself of the future I prepared for you. Let me warn you of one more thing, the danger of spiritual exhaustion. You have given much, loved much, endured much, helped much, but you have not always rested enough. And when you do not rest, your strength fades. Not only your physical strength, but your emotional and spiritual strength as well. Rest is not laziness. Rest is not weakness. Rest is not wasting time. Rest is holy. Rest is sacred. Rest is my command, not my suggestion. Rest is where I restore you. Rest is where I refill you. Rest is where I speak to you gently and heal what you hide from others. Do not push yourself beyond what I have asked of you. Do not force yourself to carry burdens I never intended for you. Do not think you must earn my love by working harder or doing more. You are loved simply because you are mine. Let me guide you now into a life of balance, where your spirit is nourished, your body is cared for, your mind is peaceful, and your heart is steady. Let me teach you when to speak and when to stay silent, when to step forward and when to step back, when to hold on and when to release, when to give and when to rest, when to fight and when to simply trust. My child, hear me with gentleness. The time has come for you to choose peace intentionally, not accidentally, not occasionally, not only when everything is calm, but deliberately, daily, as a sacred lifestyle, as a spiritual discipline, as an act of love for yourself and an act of obedience to me. Let go of what hurts, let go of what hinders, let go of what drains, let go of what confuses, let go of what brings you down, let go of what steals your joy. Your heart was not designed to carry everything. Your spirit was not built to be pulled in every direction. Your life is too precious for that. And your journey, my child, is far from over. Walk with me, trust me, let me lead you, let me protect you. Let me guide your steps into a life that honors your soul and strengthens your spirit. This warning is not a burden. It is an invitation to freedom, an invitation to peace, an invitation to a new way of living that brings rest to your heart and lightness to your days. As you continue to listen, let my words settle gently into your heart, like the evening breeze that cools the weary day. I have spoken to you with love, with guidance, with warning meant to protect you. And now, as I draw this message toward its close, I want you to feel the fullness of my presence surrounding you. For you are not just hearing words, you are being held, strengthened, and renewed by the one who has watched over you from your very first breath. And now I tell you again, with a voice filled with pride, you have done the impossible, even when you did not know it, even when you doubted yourself, even when you were too tired to see what I was doing behind the scenes. Listen closely, my child, for many walk through their days believing that their life does not make much difference. They think their prayers are too small, their actions too weak, their faith too fragile to move anything meaningful. But I say to you now, your faith has moved mountains you never saw. There were moments when you cried out to me, forgetting that I had already begun answering those prayers long before your tears fell. There were nights you struggled to sleep, thinking all was falling apart, not knowing that I was rearranging what was broken so that your life could take shape in a way more beautiful than you imagined. You have done the impossible because you trusted me even when everything around you told you not to. You held on when your strength was low. You kept walking when you could have stopped. You chose love when bitterness tried to grow in your heart. That is the impossible. That is the victory heaven witnessed. And now, as I speak to you, I want you to look at your life with new eyes. See not your failures, but your faithfulness. See not your weakness, but your perseverance. See not the years that passed, but the seeds that grew because you planted in faith. So many times you thought you were simply surviving, but I was shaping you into a living testimony of what my grace can do. You became a light without even realizing it. You became a source of strength to others without ever being aware. You have touched lives that you will not understand until the day you stand before me and all is revealed. My child, you have done the impossible because you remained faithful in the quiet places where only I could see you. And now I want you to hear this very carefully. Your journey is not ending, it is unfolding. The years behind you are not a sign of decline, but proof of endurance. You are not reaching the end of your purpose, you are stepping into the part of your life where I will use you in ways deeper, softer, and more powerful than before. You think your influence has lessened because the world has changed, because you have aged, because life has become quieter. But the truth is this: your presence right now carries more spiritual weight than at any other time in your life. Every prayer you whisper is like a stone dropped into a calm lake, sending ripples farther than you can see. Every word of kindness, every moment of forgiveness, every time you choose peace, these are the impossible things you are still doing, and all of heaven sees them. My beloved child, do not be afraid of the days ahead. I am already there. I go before you, beside you, and behind you. You are wrapped in a protection no human eye can see. The worries that press on your mind, release them to me now. The regrets that return again and again, place them into my hands. The questions about the future, the fear of uncertainty, the weight of what you do not know, let them rest at my feet. I am not just guiding your steps, I am carrying your heart. And I will never let you fall. In this closing moment, I want you to feel this truth deeply. You are precious to me, not in a distant, poetic way, but in the truest feeling of a father who watches over his child with tenderness. I know your thoughts before you speak them. I know your fears before they fully form. I know the ache you hide. I know the quiet hopes you still carry. And I want you to know I am honoring those hopes. Even the ones you believed were too late, even the ones you thought you no longer deserved. Nothing is too late for me. Nothing is impossible for me. And because you are mine, nothing is impossible for you. Rest now in my assurance. Your life is not measured by the mistakes you made, but by the love you continue to give. Your worth is not determined by how fast you move, but by the purity of your heart. Your value is not in what the world sees, but in what heaven has already declared over you. You belong to me, and that alone makes you extraordinary. My child, as this message comes to a gentle close, feel my peace settle over you like soft light. Let it calm your mind, loosen the tight places in your heart, and bring warmth to your spirit. You have listened with openness, and for that, I bless you. You have allowed my words to reach the places inside you that needed healing, and for that, I place my hand upon you now. Receive this blessing, receive this love, receive this renewal. And before I close my message for today, hear this last whisper from my heart. You have done the impossible, and you will see the fruit of it. Trust me for the days ahead. Walk with me each morning. Rest in me each night. And know that I will return with another word for you, a fresh message, a new gift, a deeper comfort. So when tomorrow comes, my child, come back and listen again. For I have more to tell you, more to reveal, more to pour into your spirit. Until then, walk in peace, walk in confidence, and walk in my everlasting love. I am with you always.